Hey guys, happy Friday night. I hope all is well in your world. It is all well here at Enough Said Sports as we come to you for a Game 3 preview and prediction for the Atlanta Hawks versus the Milwaukee Bucks in the Eastern Conference Finals as the series shifts over to Atlanta from Milwaukee. Obviously, Milwaukee took care of business tonight. We'll get to that in a little bit. And even this series. And here in Game 3, the very, very early spread is going to be Milwaukee as 6.5-point favorites on the road there, going up against the Atlanta Hawks. And the over-under is going to be about 226.5 in this contest as well, as we shift over to Atlanta. Now, with that being said, I want to talk about tonight's game. We hit tonight. We also hit the NBA parlay of the day. We had the Bucks minus 8.5 or minus 7.5, whatever it was. I believe it was 8.5. It ended up being 8.5. We had the Bucks minus 8.5, and we had it going under 225.5. It did just that. The game stayed under, and we ended up in a very, very, very good place there tonight. The game was pretty much out of hand pretty early. Now, with that being said, there was something that I found, and I shared it with some of you guys, some of you guys that are subscribed here, that are connected to me, that I talk to through Twitter and email, that I had discovered something yesterday when I was studying this matchup. Obviously, it was after I had already put out the preview and prediction video for Game 2. Of course, we hit it, but I did, I highlighted in that video about the drop coverage on pick and roll that the Milwaukee Bucks were playing up against Trae Young, and how Trae Young was highly effective against that, being an excellent floater shooter. In fact, the best NBA player to shoot floaters is one Trae Young. So, with that being said, I did some extra research and some extra homework, and I found something very, very alarming. The Atlanta Hawks are number one in offensive efficiency when teams play drop coverage against them. And what that means is obviously the big off of the pick and roll, like I highlighted in that video, plays back, okay, all the way almost up underneath the basket, and allows Trae Young to enter both feet into the painted area unimpeded. When you do that, Trae Young's either going to shoot the floater, throw the lob, or find an open three-point shooter. He is the best in the NBA at doing just that. They are highly, highly efficient and highly effective in that regard whenever they are allowed to get into the painted area. One, Trae Young especially get into the painted area. They really know how to make you pay. When teams decided not to play drop coverage against the Atlanta Hawks pick and roll, meaning either the big man was hugged up on the three-point line or pretty close to the three-point line, certainly not underneath the basket, basically closing that distance between him and Trae Young as Trae Young is coming off that pick. The Hawks fell to 28th in offensive efficiency. Now, for those of you who don't know what offensive efficiency is, that is shot quality, assist, turnover ratio, and just flat out scoring. Okay? Atlanta Hawks are number one against drop coverage, number 28 in the NBA out of 38 teams in offensive efficiency when teams showed on that pick and roll and did not allow Trae Young to have free run into the painted area. Okay? With that being said, I knew the Milwaukee Bucks would take that away tonight. I knew that despite the fact that Coach Budenholzer was the only one on the planet, I think, that didn't know that Trae Young could absolutely destroy you in the painted area with those floaters and the lobs and everything else, I knew that they would adjust. Now, I did get a lot of questions earlier from some of you that I talked to about this specifically. Why didn't the New York Knicks figure this out? Why didn't the Philadelphia 76ers figure this out? Well, I'm going to tell you really quickly here. One reason for the New York Knicks is Julius Randle was god-awful. The New York Knicks aren't very good offensively anyway. In general, they're in the bottom part of the NBA as far as offensive efficiency, period. They were obviously the best defensive rated team in the NBA, but they were also in the bottom as far as offense is concerned. They just don't play very well offensively. So they just didn't have enough offensive firepower to deal with the Atlanta Hawks. The Philadelphia 76ers, 2 words, Ben Simmons. That was the difference. You had Ben Simmons out there on that court. He shot, I think, 5 for 46 or something from the free throw line. Goes from averaging around 20 points a game to averaging about 4.3 per game. That was the difference in that series. There is no Ben Simmons in this series. And that's what I was saying at the beginning in my preview and series prediction video. What I did not anticipate in Game 1 is Coach Budenholzer playing drop coverage on that pick and roll. They fixed that tonight, and you guys saw the results. Unfortunately, this Hawks team is a one-trick pony. They're they're elite. I shouldn't even say very good. They are elite at picking teams apart when they play that drop coverage as far as the pick and roll is concerned. There is nobody better in this league at that than the Atlanta Hawks. And if you play them that way, they're going to make you pay for it, and they're going to run you out of the gym. The problem with the Atlanta Hawks is that when you take that away, and you force Trae Young into shooting a bunch of three-pointers, he doesn't shoot them that well. He only shoots about 32% from three-point range, and you force him into shooting threes, and you see what happened tonight. All right? They don't have an answer at all on offense other than that play. And when you take that away from them, you know, they have a very hard time struggling. I mean, a very hard time scoring the basketball whenever they don't have that play to lean on. Okay. Now, as for defensively, just like I said at the beginning of this series, guys, the Atlanta Hawks do not have an answer for Giannis. They don't have an answer for Giannis with Brook Lopez being outside. By the way, big shout out to Brook Lopez. He was much, much better tonight. Coach Bud made the adjustments. Got to give him credit. I ripped him apart in the last video. I'm going to give him a ton of credit tonight. He had Brook Lopez playing up on that pick and roll and stopping the penetration. Brook Lopez did a great job moving his feet. Even when he was isolated on Trae Young, he did a great job. I mean, just a phenomenal job for somebody as big as he is to be able to move his feet. But switching back to what I was saying, they don't have an answer for Giannis. And when you got Brook Lopez on the outside like he is, Capella can't camp out in the lane. There's no answer for this guy. There's no answer. The Hawks don't have an answer. If Giannis decides to go to the rim every single time down the floor, this game would have been even uglier. We were very fortunate. Fortunate for us, we were able to hit the under, that the Milwaukee Bucks got out to such a big lead that they quit playing. They pulled everybody out. Same thing with the Atlanta Hawks. So we kind of got lucky with the under in this game, I thought. Because it was looking like it was going to go over. So we'll take that luck because we've had some bad luck too. So we'll take the good luck when it comes. I thought Drew Holiday was good. I thought Chris Middleton was a lot better. Guys, look, I like the Atlanta Hawks just as much as you do. They're a great story. They're an excellent Cinderella story. But just like I told you guys at the beginning of all of this in the series preview and prediction, go back and look at it if you don't believe what I'm saying. I said Cinderella would turn into a pumpkin, and that time has come. It's midnight, and it's over. This next game is going to be not as ugly as this game is. I think Atlanta is going to play better. I do think they're going to give a better effort at home. I think they're going to come with more energy, but they're still going to get punched in the mouth. And the Milwaukee Bucks are going to run them over again. Because the reality of it is, unless Coach McMillan can find a way to make his offense be efficient, which he was unable to do this entire regular season, I'm telling you, I went back and looked, I studied it, I'm telling you right now, this entire regular season, they have not been efficient when they can't have the drop coverage on pick and roll. When you take that away from this team, they're a completely different team. They do not have what it takes to be able to adjust to that. And maybe as time goes on, maybe next year, they'll be able to do that. They'll be able to make some changes to their offense and be able to adjust to that and, find a different way to skin a cat. Because the reality of it is that it ain't happening in this series. This thing's going to be over very, very quickly at this point. I don't see Atlanta being able to adjust at all. And like I said, unless they're going to go against what they've been all year long, which is 28th ranked offensive efficiency. You saw it tonight. Trae Young had almost more turnovers as he did points, because when you show on that pick and roll, he's got two choices. He's either going to pull up for three or he's going to try to force a pass. And when he tries to force a pass, this Milwaukee Bucks team is so long and so tall and so big. It's just really, really hard, and it's tough sledding. And they just don't have any answer whatsoever on the other end for any of those guys. And I mean, tonight was bad. It was really bad. And I know there's those of you out there who will say, hey, they're going to bounce back. Hey, they're going to, because they bounced back against Philly. And I'll listen to what I'm telling you. Don't lose any more money on the Hawks. All right. This thing is over with. It is a wrap. Do not bet any more money on the Hawks whatsoever. They've got no chance to cover any point spread in this series. They got no chance of winning any more games. It is over. I'm telling you right now. I understand, guys. I know the urge is really hard. I get it. Okay, I'm a fan too. All right, I'm a fan. I'm not a fan of the Hawks, but I am a fan. I understand what you're going through. It is really, really hard to accept when your favorite team is about to get pretty much destroyed. It's hard to accept that. And there's a big part of you that always wants to believe they can come back and they can upset. This ain't it, guys. This ain't it. This ain't like the Phoenix Suns and LA Clippers series, where an adjustment here or there by either coach can really make the difference because they're so evenly matched. They are not evenly matched in this series. This is a bad mismatch for the Atlanta Hawks, and they've done a great job to be where they are. They deserve so much respect and so much love from us for even getting to this point, because they really don't have the adequate talent to be at the level that they're at. So that just says so much about Nate McMillan, says so much about Trae Young, says so much about the supporting cast, John Collins, Herter, Bogey, says a lot about all of those guys that they're even in this position to begin with, because they really shouldn't be. They've played as well as they can play. They're going to get killed for the rest of the way. It doesn't take away how great they've been this season and how great they've been to get to this point, but it's over with. So I'm telling you guys, I got Milwaukee -6.5. I actually got the over in this next one. I think it's going to go over because I think the game will be a little bit closer than it was tonight, and they'll keep scoring. So I got Milwaukee -6.5, and I got it going over. I believe it's 225 or 226.5 right now. So obviously this line is subject to change. But as always, guys, let me know in the comments what you think. Really, really appreciate all the support. We on a roll now. We got it cooking. Hey, you know what, guys? Sometimes we go through these little rough spells here and there, but hey, just hang in there with us because we're going to make you some money. So that's what we do. Appreciate it again. Thanks as always. You guys have a wonderful, wonderful Friday night. Looking forward to tomorrow's game. I already did a preview and prediction video for Game 4 in the Suns-Clippers series, so make sure you check that out as well. Thanks, guys. Have a wonderful night and take care.